Hello, this is Reddithin, and yes, we have returned. No, this does not have anything to do with the comfy, although I do love comfy. I just thought it was a good thing to throw up there before we get into like what this actually is. But in case you actually like looked at the video title, you know that the TBU was returned. Yes, I haven't uploaded in quite a while. My last one was actually the team builder for like the playoffs. I did not win that game from last season. At that point, I kind of took a break after that just because I don't know, I just really was not in a good state to upload. Like, things were crazy and everything. So yeah, I never uploaded the actual bow from that, but it didn't win. Actually, Paul won that season, so congrats to Paul. Yeah, and then I got the GPC playoffs to upload. I never uploaded that either. I actually ended up winning the championship. I may or may not upload that, but next season is coming up soon. I got some stuff from that. And for so this is the TBU week 1 against OnesieBanette. Alex, great guy. I got the draft analysis. I working on that. That will actually be up soon. I wanted to upload this way before, but like I just couldn't. I wasn't able to finish it in time, but because I got like a bunch of like graphics that I was working on for that and everything. So that'll be up. So yeah. Let's just go into the team right here that I brought. Just give me one moment so I can actually do this the right way. Okay, so I'll call this stuff. So first up we have Scissor. Yeah, I'm gonna throw up my team or like the mashup here so you can actually see what I have since I never uploaded the analysis yet, and what Alex has. So yeah, so we got Scissor here with Bullet Punch, U-Turn, Roost, Swords Dance, Impish Nature. It's kind of a defensive set. And I know you can't really see the EVs on the when I do it like when I actually show like the actual mons like on the game. So if you don't like that, I can go back to Showdown. I just like how this looks better since it's like a Wi-Fi league, so I can change that. But yeah, so yeah, this one's actually kind of got some weird EVs. It's got like 60 and like attack and like 68 defense, and it's pretty much just intended to just be able to take a lot of hits that Alex's team dishes out. Like it can switch in, it can pretty much live anything from like a Beedrill. It can like tank anything from the Mega Beedrill. This thing can take Dark Pulses from Hydreigon, and overall, it's just take a ton of hits from like a lot of his threats. Actually take 2 Thunderbolts from Tapu Koko even, and so pretty much the plan with my team for Alex was just kind of wear down his mons enough to where Scissor could come in, set up a Swords Dance, and then just win pretty much. Because Bullet Punch really does like a number on his team, and then U-Turn hits everything else. Like it hits the Slowbro that'll try to come in. So yeah, it's like Bullet Punch and U-Turn is pretty much all I need. The only thing it can't really hit is the Talonflame, but I actually got a Nidoqueen for that because because if you look at Alex's team, the only thing that can really the only thing that actually has like hazard removal is his Fortress. So since I have like a Delmise on my team that we'll get into in a minute, he's pretty much not going to be able to get rid of those rocks, so that Talonflame is just going to be struggling to do like anything this match once I get my rocks up. So yeah, we just got Sludge Wave and Earth Power. Dual Stab hits like pretty much everything. Like it literally like 2-hit KOs his entire team. And then I got the Thunderbolt so I can 2-hit KO the Slowbro. I debated going Toxic Spikes because then it'll help wear down the Slowbro on the switches, but it didn't seem too necessary to me because I don't know, because I already had like Toxic on some stuff, and like I just liked having the chance to 2-hit KO it better, because Slowbro actually does wall like a considerable amount of my team, and by considerable amount I mean like 2 things. But anyway, so next up we have Dragonite. This is Choice Band, max attack, nearly max speed, with Outrage, Dragon Claw, E-Speed, and Fire Punch. This thing's pretty much self-explanatory. Outrage hits like literally everything, except for the Fortress and the Koko, but neither of those like taking either a Fire Punch or an Extreme Speed. So yeah, and then I just got Dragon Claw, so I'm not locked into Outrage, so I can't like click Outrage and then get like revenged easily. So yeah, this thing pretty much just wears down his team. Like, it's my only, like, true, like, real wall breaker on this team. And he just does not have much to deal with this. Especially with him leaving his Steelix on the bench. So, yeah, Dragonite's really good in this matchup. Next up, we have Alomomola, and this thing is EV'd to actually live it's actually lived to take 2 Life Orb Draco Meteors, I believe. I think that's why I EV'd it to live. And from a Hydreigon. And it's got Knockoff, Toxic, Wish, Protect. Really all you need. Of course, Toxic. Toxic's just, like, you know, one of the best moves in the game because... yeah, we know what Toxic does. But we got Knockoff because, in case there's a situation where, like, the Fortress has leftovers, I can, like, get rid of that. I can get rid of the Slowbro's leftovers. I can get rid of, like, potentially a Choice Scarf on Hydreigon. Like, a lot of his Mons, like, really like their items, and with a Knockoff, I can just pretty much get rid of that. I figured that was more useful than Scald because nothing on his team really cares about the burn, except for, like, Diggersby. And Diggersby is not going to be switching into, like, Alomomola anytime soon, so, yeah, it just seemed like a waste to put Scald in there. So, like, you know, let's put Knockoff. Knockoff can have some utility, and it uses Alomomola's attack, which isn't complete garbage, like its special attack, so... Yeah, this thing's pretty much just to come in, wish up, and then pretty much keep my other stuff alive. Mainly Nidoqueen and my next mon, which is the Delmise. And this thing, literally the only reason I have this thing on the team is just so Fortress can't spin. Because I have Rapid Spin on this thing as well, because it's nice for, like, the Dragonite and stuff, but it's really not necessary. It's mainly here just to spin block, because once I keep my rocks up, you know, the Beedrill has trouble switching in, the Talonflame takes a ton of damage. Just his team really hates rocks, and with his only removal being Fortress, like, Delmise just doesn't care about that. So I have the Power Whip, Anchor Shot, and Swords Dance, other than the Rapid Spin. This is so I could... This was mainly so I could, like, bait the Fortress, because Fortress, if it doesn't have Volt Switch in case it's like a Toxic set or something, I can just Anchor Shot it, set up my SDs, and then just end up taking it out. And same if there's, like, some, like, weird, like, Iron Defense Slowbro or something, I can get rid of that. So, yeah, Slowbro, or Swords Dance just seemed like the best move to have, just in case, like, anything weird happened. Or in case, like, he burned me with a Slowbro or something, I'd still be able to work with it. Because I really wanted the Colbur Berry because Hydreigon was a huge threat to my team. And I just wanted to have the insurance there with the Colbur Berry so I could, like, take a Dark Pulse and then I would, like, kill it or, like, put it in range of, like, a Bullet Punch from the Scissor or anything. So yeah, or a knockoff from Mega Beedrill, or yeah, or a knockoff from Diggersby even. So yeah, it's just there's a lot of his team that could potentially hit Delmise with dark moves. So Colbur Berry seems really nice. And finally we have the Swanna, our voter pick. So we're bringing it week 1, getting that out of the way now. Just because it kind of has a really good matchup, this set. It's the Z-Randance set, which of course, if you may know, it boosts the speed. And with the rain, also we get the hydration boost, we get the Scald boost, and Hurricane can't miss. So Swanna loves Z-Randance. So we got Hurricane and Scald because that hits our team, and then we got Roost there just because there really isn't anything better to have on there. So it's nice to have the recovery. Pretty much the only thing that stood in the way of this set, like really like going to town, was the Slowbro, which is why I initially wanted Toxic Spice on Nidoqueen, because Slowbro can't take a hurricane or 2 hurricanes with the while it's poisoned. So yeah, but like if I was able to, pretty much the thing is like if I'm able to like kill the Ditto and weaken the Slowbro enough, and this thing pretty much just wins, and the Hydreigon. So yeah, this thing was really good in the matchup. So we have to see if it does anything, and I'll meet you in the battle. So yeah, see you then. Okay, so here we are in the battle. Thank you so much to Potato Jim for recording this for me. Because stuff and things happened with like the new updates and everything, and I couldn't actually get this on Citra this time. I'll almost definitely have it for next week, as well as a layout, because I just didn't really have time to get a layout going. But yeah, so thanks to Jim for helping me out and kind of recording this battle last minute. Yeah. Anyway, here's the team that Alex brought. He pretty much brought like exactly what I expected. The only thing that I kind of thought I thought there was a good chance he'd bring the Koko over the Talonflame, but Talonflame actually did kind of have a good matchup because like my team is pretty flying weak, especially if I did bring the Lop, because then then pretty much the only thing he'd have for Lop is the Slowbro, and that's not necessarily ideal with the to put that much burden on one mod. So yeah, not really any surprise there. So yeah, let's just go right into the battle. As yeah, Wi-Fi, or I missed it. So I'm gonna lead off with Nidoqueen as he leads off with High Dragon. I just wanted to get my rocks up immediately. I thought there's a chance he'd lead with the Beedrill, but I had the Shuka Berry, so I could live that. But I'm just gonna go into the Alomomola, cases like Specs or something, and it turns out this thing is actually the Devastating Drake. So yeah, a really good thing I switched out, because that Nidoqueen was not living a Devastating Drake, as it's going to take me down all the way to 7 HP. That was actually a high roll. So just by chance, this Alomomola could like just barely live that. So I'm just going to scout what he goes for next, as he goes to the Flamethrower. So I'm just going to get some HP up, and I'm actually going to save this thing because I have Regenerator and I can. So this time, I'm just going to go into the Swanna, as I was afraid of the Flamethrower, and like nothing really else I wanted to risk. So I just thought, let's go into Swanna, hopefully he just goes like Flamethrower U-turn, and he does. So now I'm just going to go into Beedrill, as this thing could take, or go into Scissor, as this thing can take anything from the Beedrill. He goes for the Detect. Alex just forgot that how that mechanic works this gen, so silly Alex, but because you don't need to Protect anymore. But whatever, I'm not complaining. So I go for the U-turn, as I'm going to now go into my Nidoqueen, as I can finally get up my rocks, because I know that this thing can't really touch Nidoqueen, especially without the any attack investment, because I know what that Scissor has. So I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rock here. So Stealth Rocks are up, which is fantastic. So at this point, I'm just going to let Nidoqueen go down here, because or take the Draco Meteor, because I don't really need it anymore. Like, it got Stealth Rocks up, that's pretty much all I wanted it to do. However, I'm actually going to switch out here and go into the Alomomola, because I know I can take 2 Draco Meteors after the drop, and I thought I could just save the Nidoqueen there for a sack later or something. So Alomomola is safely in, and I'm just going to get up the Wish as he goes for the U-turn. So really good start here. I'm just keeping the momentum, keeping it going as I go for the Wish as he goes into the Slowbro. And here I hope that he stays in so I can get the Toxic up, because getting the Toxic on the Slowbro would be really, really nice, because it's like, because this thing is like his main wall. He can stop Swanna and like Dragonite and stuff. But he predicts that and goes into the Fortress. And I could have knocked off here to get rid of the Fortress's leftovers, which would have been really nice. However, I just did not want this thing to spin, because I probably would not get a chance to get my rocks up again. So I'm just going to go into Delmise as he goes for the rocks. So he probably predicted that switch. But I'm just going to go for the Anchor Shot here, actually, over the Rapid Spin, because I thought that there was a chance he would go for Toxic and not have the Volt Switch, so I could just keep this thing in and pretty much just wear down like Rapid Spin and then get the Sword Dance and all that. But he has the Volt Switch, which is unfortunate. So the rocks are up. I could have gotten rid of them, but oh well. I'm going to go into my Scizor as he eats up that U-turn. I didn't really want to sack Nidoqueen just yet, because I knew Scizor could like live anything from that Beedrill, as he's going to take more rocks damage from the Fortress. As I'm just going to U-turn, as we can pretty much do this all day, because if rocks are up, he's just going to keep taking residual damage on that Beedrill, and eventually it's going to go down. As I get a nice crit on that Fortress. So I'm just going to go into the Delmas again as he Volt Switches, and like I said, I can just keep doing this. I really don't care, because I'm taking rocks damage, but he's taking even more rocks damage, because that Beedrill already pretty much down to half. So yeah, so actually I will sack the Nidoqueen this time. Sorry, Cupcake, you did well. I just didn't want Scizor to get down that much, just so I could, just in case it cost me to be able to set up Swords Dance later. He goes into his Slowbro, as I'm going to go to Alomomola, because I just really, really want to get either this thing knocked off or Toxic, and I just get the knockoffs to get rid of the leftovers, which helps so much. So this thing, so yeah, I just really wanted one of those things. So as I actually predict him to switch right here as I go for the knockoff again, because I figured he knew I was either going to go for Toxic, or he probably predicted the Toxic there, so I was like, yeah, let's go for the knockoff, and hopefully he switches in Fortress, and he does. So yeah, this Fortress is now even more on the timer, so things are not looking good for his chance to spin. So he's going to go into the Beedrill again here, and we're just going to keep playing this game as I'm going to go into these Alomomola this time. because Alomomola is back at half, so it can take anything from this thing. Yeah, this thing actually has just enough Fizz Duff to take 2 poison jabs with the poison hacks chance. So yeah, I knew this thing could take anything from the Beedrill. So at this point, I'm just gonna wish up because I know Psychic can't kill me. However, he does get the crit, which which was really scary. But thankfully, Alomomola just doesn't die, and I'll be able to get all the way back up to half. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Just gonna keep wishing. Alex is playing this smart here. He's not up to, and because he doesn't want me to get the wish up on the turn, I can switch into the Delmise, which, like I said, is really smart. So I'm going to get the wish here, and I'm actually going to go into the Swanna now, because this Alomomola can't actually do anything, because if he knocks off, he can't knock off because I have the Water EMZ, and if he Toxics, I have the Rain Dance and the Hydration. So either way, this Swanna was just getting back up to full. So he's going to switch out here as he goes into the Slowbro, as I actually do set up the, or actually no, don't set up, yeah, I go for the Hurricane, as I just scouting how much damage did on the Slowbro, which did just about half, so I kind of knew what kind of Slowbro this was. It was max defense, like I thought, so good to know that. As he's gonna slack up, jeez, I'm rusty. I should do for the wish, and he's smart again by not switching out to the Fortress on the wish, because he knows that if he does that, I'm just able to switch into Delmise and get all the way back up to full. So he makes the smart switch here, and I knew he was going to switch here, so I do go for the knockoff, which means that I will be able to take out this Fortress now with another knockoff. I should do it for the Protect here. I scouted for the Custap Berry because I'm an idiot and forgot that I just used knockoff like 3 times on this thing before, so but I will knock off to kill it now, and he goes into his Slowbro, or his Ditto, which turns to the Alomomola. And so I'm going to switch out. I don't really want this thing wish passing to anything, so I'm going to the Swanna. I just don't want him be able to wish pass the Beedrill or the Hydreigon. So I knew he wouldn't switch either in on the Swanna. But he just goes for the Toxic this time, so I do go for the Z Rain Dance this time, because I can get rid of the Toxic, and that Alomomola literally can't do anything about it. So there's the nice little hula dance going on. So set the Rain Dance. We have the Speed Boost. So the threat is in. I just have to hope that I can 2-hit KO the Slowbro, which was really risky. I should not have done this yet. As you'll see that this is not a 2-hit KO like I thought it could be. As I do get kind of a low roll there. I think I got the high roll the first time, which made me think that a 2-hit KO would be easier. But so this thing, I pretty much just get like no hacks here. I just wanted to get like the Confuse or the Crit or something. But yeah, I'm not really mind. I usually misclicks there and go for the Psychic, but thankfully for him, he actually does get the low roll there and is unable to take it out. So as the rain stops, and I'm going to go for the Hurricane again, as he actually switches into Ditto, and I was like, okay, please don't miss here. Here would be huge, but I miss. So Swanna, I'm not going to just let it die like that, because I'm because you know, it deserves a second chance. So I get a bit lucky there, as his Swanna misses the Hurricane, or his Ditto misses the Hurricane with my Alomomola, and that does absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to set up the Toxic there. So this Ditto is now poisoned. So that's really nice. That'll come into play later, as this thing can't just keep going for Hurricanes, because I can just stall it out of PP, because I know it's Scarfed. So I'm just going to wish up here, and I know I can live a Draco Meteor, like I know I can live it 100%. So he actually goes for the Flamethrower there, predicting the switch, but like I'm not risking anything there, as I missed the Toxic, which has been unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter because this Alomomola just wins 1v1 anyway. So he goes into his own Ditto this time, as transfers into Alomomola, and I don't really care too much about the wish, because of course the Ditto doesn't copy my HP, so it's not going to be a very big wish. So I do go into my Delmise here, because I know Delmise can go back up to like pretty much full HP here, which is fantastic, as this Alomomola cannot stay in on a Delmise like by any means. So he's going to switch out here, and actually predicted either he goes into the Slowbro for some weird reason, or he goes into the Hydreigon or the Talonflame. He does go to the Talonflame because Anchor Shot just seemed like the play, and so yeah, he actually gains a bit more HP than I thought. But I'm just going to go into the Alomomola and eat up that Acrobatics pretty much. At this point, I was really terrified of this being like the stall breaking set, because I knew this thing didn't have an item. So I knew it was like Acrobatics, like, and maybe like Swords Dance Taunt or something, but it turns out to be Will-O-Wisp. which is really, really good. I was so happy at that point that it was not like the top bulk up set, because that could have been really, really bad for me. But yeah, it turns out that he actually did not have it. He's Will-O-Wisp taunt, or Will-O-Wisp Roost Acrobatics U-turn. So yeah, good things for me. As I'm just gonna go for the Wish here as he goes into his Slowbro, and like at this point I really had no reason to switch out, because this Slowbro just can't kill me as I miss another Toxic, which is not fun. It's not fun or fine or good or anything. So yeah, so we get back to full, which is nice. Which I do wish again here, as he does go for the Psychic. So yeah, which does pretty much nothing. So I'm gonna get my HP back next turn. So I do go for the Toxic again this time, as he goes into the Ditto. Which the only thing that sucks about this Ditto coming in is that it gains Regenerator, so it keeps getting HP as it comes back in. So actually pretty annoying. I know he brought this for like the Dragonite, but it was funny how it just turned out to be a nightmare with Alomomola. So I'm going to go into the Delmise here, because Delmise doesn't really care, because like I said, the Cobra Berry. So pretty much either his player, something dies here, because nothing can take an Anchor Shot plus a Power Whip. And the only thing that can take an Anchor Shot is the Slowbro. However, the Slowbro is now trapped in, so this Slowbro can do nothing at this point, and this is pretty much where the things pretty much turned right in my favor, because that Slowbro is now dead, and so he pretty much lost his only switch into like anything at this point. So the Beedrill comes in, and I knew that it wasn't going to go to U-turn because it would die as soon as it comes back in. So he goes for the Poison Jab. So here I can just free to set up the Swords Dance. Like, there's nothing he can do about that, because I can look anything from this thing as it goes into the Ditto. And I wasn't even afraid of this, because it copies it with no boost, as I just go for the Roost there, actually, because the Roost there is a... I knew he was probably going to go into like Scissor or the Ditto or something, so I was like, he has a Roost, and then I can SD. So this is a Scarf Ditto, so it can't set up on its own. So I'm just going to set up a Swords Dance here, because I know nothing other than the Ditto can take a +2 Bullet Punch, and I win that matchup 1v1 anyway. So yeah, this Talonflame's going to go in, and with the Gale Wings nerf, it's just going to die to the Bullet Punch. So there's kill number 1 for the for our good pal Scizor, as the Talonflame goes down, and get my HP all back up to full as it goes into Ditto here, and so he can't do anything to me, because I'm like Fit Staff, he can't like kill me at all. Like, look how little that did, and he has less HP than me, so he's just gonna Roost up, and he's choice locked into that. So pretty much all his hope at this point was to just like PP stall or something, but yeah, that's not really gonna work out, as this just becomes like a bit of a stall fest with the Scizor. So yeah, that's gonna keep taking damage as I'm gonna keep bullet punching. And this is pretty much this is just the battle at this point. It was like the only thing he could do, but as we all know, Ditto only has 5 PP in anything, so at some point this thing's gonna run out of Roost, and it's gonna have to struggle, and yeah, that'll pretty much be that. So yeah, so pretty much a 5-0, or not pretty much, it ends up being a 5-0 in our favor, as we're just gonna let this slowly end. So we go for the Bullet Punch, and I think this is where he runs out of HP. Yeah, here's where the struggle. And that powerful Technician struggle, like, that did a lot of damage, which is hilarious to me, how much that did. But you should have just gone for the Swords Dance, and maybe he would have taken me out. But anyway, he goes into the Beedrill, that dies to Rocks. So Beedrill goes down, and then he goes into the Hydreigon, and that's going to go down as well. So that's going to be game, as we end up being Alex in a 5-0. Dragonite never even touched the field, didn't even need our Lop. You know, just good, nice, fun stall fest with Alomomola for the win. So yeah, great start to the TBU season. Glad to be back on YouTube. Glad to be uploading again. Hope to kind of continue this trend, kind of upload a lot more, because I miss doing it. And there's a lot of people that asked me where the videos went, and I'm like, oh, so yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna have the draft analysis up soon. I'm gonna have GPC stuff up soon. Hopefully some more Showdown stuff soon, as well as some other stuff, because I really want to try to like branch out and do some stuff that's like really creative. That might be a bit more in the future, but just kind of plans I have for the future. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. This has been Redithin, and I will see you in the next episode, or the next episode. It's not episode. See you in the next video. Bye.